Transformations involve motion and change. So we're going to take things like shapes and we're going to move them around. One type of move is a translation. What a translation does, it's going to move the object along a straight line. We call that straight line a vector. And so what a vector is going to show me is it's going to show me basically the angle and how far. In physics and that sort of thing, we call this vector has magnitude, how long the vector is, and then we have the angle in which it's going to move. What happens when we move a translation, every point on that object moves the same distance. And that there would be the length of the vector. This is how far and in which direction every point will move. So in other words, my point at xy is going to be moved, and so x is going to be added 2. I might have added 1, and y would have been added 4. So that would have been 1 in the x direction, 4 in the y, and that would have been the direction of my vector move. So the key is every point moves in the same direction. So therefore the distances are going to be the same. So the same distances between points. In a reflection, we call this a flip. And what we're going to do is we're going to flip along a line of reflection. And so when we do that, we draw a picture here. Let's suppose this is my line of reflection, and I have a triangle. I'm going to flip it over that triangle. So this point gets flipped and turns here. So we call that A, and this would be A prime. This might be point B, so this is B prime. So my triangle will again be formed by just folding or flipping over that line. So we call that line of reflection the perpendicular bisector of the point and the image point. So we'll look at that on this graph here. In this picture, notice this length right here is perpendicular to my line of reflection, and it's the same distance to the line of reflection as from the line of reflection to my image. So we say that those distances are going to be the same. That'll be an important concept about the distances in both translation and reflection being the same. In a rotation, sometimes we call this a spin or a turn. So what we do is we hold a point fixed, meaning it's not going to move, and we spin or rotate the object about the point. So the center of rotation is just that, the fixed point. And what happens is when we spin, the original point and the image point are the same distance from the center. So your original, that might be A, and its image are the same distance from the point of rotation, or sometimes we even call that a center point. So we hold something fixed and we turn it about that. So again, we have the same distance, this value being the same from the center point in a rotation. The distance from the line of reflection to the point and its image are the same. And in a translation, every point moves the same distance. So those are going to be important things that we're going to be looking at.